A quick disclaimer, I'm just going to throw this in here. This series of Dumpster Diving 101 how-to videos is not actually meant to discourage you from dumpster diving. Rather, it is meant to give you the full picture of what you are thinking of getting yourself into. So you want to be a dumpster diver, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. My name is Julie. Welcome to the Frugal Family. I have been a dumpster diver for well over a decade, here on YouTube for 6 years, but so much dumpster diving experience well before that. Lots of saving money, lots of salvaging, upcycling, recycling, reselling, all of it, using the stuff in our home. For instance, this fabulous shirt. That was from the dumpsters. You want to know how to do it? You want tips? You want tricks? You want to know what to avoid? I'm going to tell you all about that in this series, How to Dumpster Dive. Before you even attempt dumpster diving, before you look for open dumpsters with all kinds of goodies, you need to ask yourself this question: where will I put my finds? Sure, you don't even know if you're going to find anything in the first place. I totally get that. But still, this is the most important question. Sometimes you won't find anything. That happens all the time. But if you dive consistently, eventually you're gonna find stuff, and you might even find a lot of stuff. And that, my frugal friends, is where the potential problem pops up. Unless you have a big empty shed available, or you can afford the monthly payment for a storage unit and a whole bunch of shelves, this awful disaster could become your salvaged reality. But Julie, you say, I'm not like you. I'm not going to keep any of it anyway. I'm not going to have that problem. I don't need a shed. I don't need a storage unit. I don't need an attic, because I'm just going to salvage the stuff. I'm just going to dumpster dive, save all those goodies and treasures, and then I'm going to take them over to the thrift store and I'm going to donate them. Or I'm going to go to the shelter and I'm going to drop it all off there. Or the food bank. I'm just going to take everything right over. And the truth is, those are all wonderful ideas and fabulous intentions. But with over a decade of dumpster diving experience, I have learned, and I know all of my fellow dumpster divers will agree with me on this, it is just not that simple. You might find things that need to be repaired. You might find things that are expired and or dented. You might find things that no one wants to take off of your hands. And then, oh, this is the most horrible news of all, but I have to tell you, as wonderful as the second-hand and thrift store places are, Frugal Mama has been dumpster diving in thrift store dumpsters for a long time. Even they get too much stuff, and if it sits for too long on their shelves, it has to get moved because other stuff is constantly coming in. And that's just people cleaning out their closets, not even including the dumpster divers that are trying our best to make the world a better place and improve the environment, supplement our own income, find things that we can use for ourselves to save our family money in these really hard times. Okay, they throw away stuff too. It is a tragic, horrible reality. I don't mean to cast aspersions on thrift stores. The work they do is wonderful, but at the end of the day, not everything is going to sell. And with shelters and food banks, are you going to tell them that you got the stuff out of the dumpsters? Because if you do, they might not take it. Are you going to offer it out to family and friends, maybe on a free page on Facebook? That's great. That is wonderful. But what if no one takes it? Then what are you going to do with it? Are you just going to turn around and throw it back into the dumpsters? Well, then you risk getting in trouble for illegal dumping if someone happens to catch you throwing all of those things back into the dumpsters. Not only that, you are left with the absolute horrible feeling, the utter dejection of failure. You saved something, and at the end of the day, you were not able to gift it to anyone, to bless anyone, to pass it on, to sell it, to use it, to donate it, and that is a horrible feeling. Again, I need to reiterate, I am not trying to discourage you from dumpster diving. Absolutely not. I just want you to know what you're getting yourself into and how to do it correctly and in a way that is going to be best for your family, your home, your relationships, and your living situation. And also in the most productive, effective way that will make a difference and won't end up driving you crazy and taking over your home. But then you say, Julie, I don't even plan to save food or perishables or anything like that. I'm not looking for that kind of stuff, especially not out of a dumpster. Come on. I'm looking for clothing and household goods. I know the thrift stores will take that stuff. Yes, you're right. They absolutely will. That is so true. We still come back to the same issue that they do get overwhelmed. And I guess it depends on what your ultimate goal is. The thrift stores are the place most likely to give all of those items a second chance. So I absolutely support that endeavor to save as much as you can of household goods and get them to your local charity. Fantastic. Yes, some will end up back in the garbage. It's inevitable. Everything will end up in the garbage eventually. But if you're able to give even a small amount of items a second chance, you have made a difference. So if that is your goal, if that is your plan, that's fantastic. I absolutely encourage you and support you. But are you planning to clean the items first, repair, wash? You will invariably find things that aren't going to be taken at the thrift store. And you don't want to be handing them bags of things that you know are not going to sell. And unless you have time to stay at the dumpster and not get caught somehow for hours and hours sorting through the bags of things that have been discarded, you're going to end up with stuff at your house that you've got to sort through. You're going to end up with things that just have to be discarded. How are you going to handle it? Where are you going to put those things? And realistically, are you going to do it the minute you get home? If so, that's fantastic. That is awesome. But what if you have an entire minivan full of stuff and a family and a job and other things going on? Is it possible that some of those things will get put off till another day, till the weekend, but then on the weekend you're dumpster diving again and bringing still more things in? Again, I don't want to discourage you. I just want you to think ahead. Maybe you plan to do a yard sale with your many salvaged items, or you plan on selling them online. We will talk about reselling online in another video, but for now, let's talk about the yard sale. What a wonderful idea and a great way to move items that you have salvaged from the dumpsters and give them a second life and allow neighbors and your community to come and explore the treasures, and you get to socialize, and it is a lot of fun. I love me a good yard sale. They are quite a bit of work though. I will tell you, be prepared to have a really good yard sale. You're gonna have to do some planning and some prep and quite a bit of work. It's important to ask yourself, how soon can you do an effective yard sale? An effective yard sale has everything laid out, it's organized, so that your neighbors and community and friends can come and find those goodies that are meant for them. It's wonderful. All of these items are getting a second chance. It's fantastic, but only if they are laid out and organized so that potential buyers can come and find them. And you want to get the most for your money, and that takes a lot of work. Or maybe you don't. Maybe all you are concerned about is getting those items onto another home and giving them a second life, and that's fantastic too. But even for that, you need to do the work to lay the stuff out so that your buyers can find the goodies that were saved just for them. Bad weather, sudden sickness, family plans, you never know. There's always stuff that's going to come up, and you might not be able to do your yard sale when you planned, or it might not be worth your time to do your yard sale when you planned because stuff comes up and things happen, life happens, and you're not going to get any shoppers. So you don't want to put in those hours of work. It's just a waste of your time, and time is money. So where are you going to store those items? How are you going to store them until the conditions are right and it's worth your time to put on a good yard sale? Finally, no matter how much you commit to not keeping one thing and moving everything on, you're going to sell it, you're going to share it, you're going to donate it, you will find items that you want to keep. It's going to happen. You cannot believe the things you will find in the dumpsters. It will absolutely blow your mind. Some of them you'll find right away, oh, I needed this anyway. This is going to save my family money. Or this will make a great birthday present, Christmas present. We needed this, we needed that. All right, that's awesome. You are saving yourself money, saving your family money. You are extending your budget and maybe even finding some treasures that just absolutely catch your eye and your heart and you want to keep them. All right, that leads us into a very important rule that we have been committed to since starting our great dumpster divers house clean out, the rule of 1 in, 1 out. Can you commit from the beginning that if you bring something in, something else in your house has to go? Please, I implore you, this is absolutely vital if you are going to be a dumpster diver, especially on a regular basis or planning to do it on YouTube. You have got to commit to this rule. 1 in, 1 out. Frugal friends and aspiring dumpster divers, I am not saying that your home will end up like these images that I am showing you here. What I am telling you is that without a solid plan and some commitments and rules in place that you stick to, that you are 100% faithful to and follow diligently, if you are diving regularly, if you're getting loads of goodies out of the dumpsters, saving and salvaging, and if you have no solid plan and commitment of where they're going to go and where you're going to put them, they will take over. This is a promise and a guarantee that I can absolutely make to you. The proof is in the many, many times that I have had to clean out the attic, the yard, and the rest of the house. If you have been with us, with the Frugal family for any amount of time, you know that like every 6 months for the past, 5 or 6 years, I have had to clean out the attic. Not just the attic, but all over the house, the yard, the sheds. I even built an extra shed because of all the goodies we were bringing in. Dumpster diving has been amazing for my family. Dumpster diving on YouTube has been an absolute blessing for our family. It has made so many things possible in our lives with saving us money, extending our budget, and helping us pay for the extras. We've also made so many relationships and built friendships that never would have happened because of dumpster diving. It has given us a whole new outlook and perspective on life and on our consumerism, recycling, the environment, all of it. Plus, it's also given us the opportunity to learn a little too much about the people around us by looking through their discarded items. It has been wonderful, and I cannot wait to get back out to those dumpsters. But you know that when I'm out there diving regularly again, I have to have systems in place, rules in place, plans for any and all items that we pull from those dumpsters, because I cannot let this happen to our house again. And I implore you, have a plan before you even go and look for an unlocked dumpster. Have a plan in place. Where are those items going to go? Who's going to be willing to take them? What things are you going to keep, sell, share, donate, use? And most importantly, where are you going to put them? All right, that is Dumpster Diving 101 for today. We will, of course, have another episode next Saturday. Stay tuned. Frugal Mama is sharing more than a decade of experience, so many mistakes, so many learning opportunities that we have had the pleasure to experience, and we are sharing all of them here with you to hopefully help you avoid the many pitfalls and a cluttered house. Have a great day. We'll see you all real soon.